Welcome to our weekly TUO webinar. So first up, the purpose of today's webinar is to focus on a couple of features that we launched at some point in 2015, either early, mid, or late, that we think maybe you don't know about or maybe you could use a quick refresher on. So the first feature is called order status tracking. And in that, we're going to show you how to quickly and easily mark multiple orders for fulfillment statuses, which are customizable with a single click. Then we're going to show you a great tool for displaying multiple stores on a single customizable web page. That feature is known as the MultiStore Web Page. And finally, we're going to detail all of the available methods for relaunching your previous/archived stores.
We'll start things off with the order status tracking feature. And the greatest benefit of this feature is that it can be used to send an email alert to your customers regarding their order status. Your customers will really appreciate being notified. We have received a lot of positive feedback about the usage of this feature. So shoppers really do get a lot of benefit out of actually receiving the notifications. You can set up any of your key steps, such as customization and any delivery-related steps as well. It will also be easy to tell where each order is at throughout the process when viewing orders and when looking at your reporting for the store. All right, so we'll actually go into the platform and we'll show you an example of a dashboard that has the order status tracking features set up, and we'll actually show you that in action as well. All right, so from your main dashboard, you're going to go up to the profile section, then down to the order fulfillment status settings. All right, so this is an actual example in a dashboard of multiple steps. You can have as many steps or as few steps as you want for managing your orders. It is also possible to rename any of these existing steps. You can also remove these steps, and you can of course add new steps. So if you wanted to add a new step, you just go up here to the top. So we'll just add a step for deliver to coordinator. So kind of a bulk delivery step that we could assign to orders. And you have a few options here. So you can choose to allow order modifications for this step. So if you wanted our customer support team or your support team to be able to make changes to orders that are at this step, then you would turn this on. If you did not want to allow modifications, leave it off. The second most important option is that you can choose to send an email notification. Now this is important because you can actually alert your customers as to the status of their order. So if I were to switch that customer's order status, let's say from payment received to this new one I'm about to create, we do have to choose where it falls in the list as well, so we'll quickly choose that. So let's say we change the status from payment received to deliver to coordinator, then the customer would have received an email notification. So of course you don't do that here as far as actually managing the orders. We're going to go do that now, however. So we just showed adding a status. So from your main dashboard, you have the Order Fulfillment tab. And from this section, you're able to search by all of your orders. So if you wanted to search by all of your orders, you could of course do that. You would use these quick filters. You could search by all orders throughout all of your stores. Or instead, you could search by individual stores, as well as products. So if you wanted to also filter orders by product, you could do that as well. All right, so we'll quickly search this store. And if we scroll down, we'll see all of the orders that are associated with this store. And we can either select all of the orders at the same time, or we could also select them individually. Okay, and up here on the right, we have the option to actually change the current status for all of these orders. So if I wanted to change the status for all of them at the same time, for example, I could change it to deliver to coordinator, that step that I just set up. And since I'm allowing an email to be sent with this step, I can actually also provide my own notes to go along with that email. And of course, after clicking update, the automatic email will be sent out.
Great. Thank you very much, Lee. So for today's second feature, we're going to show you a great tool for displaying multiple stores on a single customizable web page. We actually call this feature the MultiStore Web Page. And it can be found within the profile of your dashboard. So we're going to quickly jump right back over to the profile page and show you where this is found. So right near the bottom underneath order fulfillment status settings, we have the feature MultiStore Web Pages. Now the concept here is maybe you have an organization that regularly does 3, 4, 5, 10 stores within a year. And maybe there's variation between those stores, boys stores, girls stores, JV stores, varsity stores, etc. The MultiStore web page provides you a platform to display all of those stores. And the best part about it is that it creates a single link that is a public link that can basically be embedded into your client's website. So imagine if you're working with a large sports organization like the example displayed above. You can direct them to embed this right in their website, and then at any given time, their customers, their players, will have access to all of your TUO stores that are live. So not only do we let you tie these stores to the specific web page, but we also give you additional customization options over the initial store setup. So at the very top, we have a customizable banner. As you can see, Seattle Sports Club. Below that, we give you the ability to add any text that you would like, including formatted text, links, etc., as a web page introduction. And then for each individual store, we take it one step further, and we either let you pull in the existing banner name and introduction, or you can customize it specifically for this web page. So what we're going to do quickly is we're going to jump over to an existing MultiStore web page and show you how easy it is to add a new store to one of these web pages. Okay, so from here we've got the name of the web page, we've got the public URL. You'd be familiar with that if you've ever created a Spirit store within TUO. You, of course, can upload a custom banner as well as intro text. But what we're really interested in at this point is adding stores to it. So as we scroll down, you're actually going to see a listing of all the stores that are associated with this web page. Now, one little thing I want to call out before we proceed to the next page is that when your stores close, they will automatically get hidden from this web page. You do not need to come back into this section and remove them. Instead, the system will automatically hide them from the MultiStore web page, and they will be listed here in a gray highlighted row. So it will indicate to you that that store is closed, but you don't really have to remove it ever. So imagine if you close a store temporarily and reopen it again in the fall. It's a great way to not have to do all that administrative work, but make it so that shoppers don't get directed to a closed store page for any reason. So we're going to now add a store to this web page quickly. So from here, there's a drop-down selection that's going to display all of your open stores. And then you can choose, do you want to use the existing store name, banner, and description, or do you want to customize all three of those specifically for this landing page / web page? In this case, we're not going to add this. There's no need, but just wanted to display that to you and give you, kind of that top-down view of what this feature is. There are no limitations to how many MultiStore web pages you can create. And the other thing I want to highlight is that we did design this. It's a responsive web design. So if a customer accesses it via a cell phone, if they access it via a tablet or even desktop, it's going to resize appropriately, and the stores are still going to be displayed in a nice, professional manner.
All right. The last useful feature that we will share today is the clone feature that can be used on any store. The clone option makes it easy to set up a new version of any store, so no orders in the store will be tracked. versus tracking the old orders. So you'll be able to clean up all of the orders that were actually placed for the store and start fresh. Club stores actually support more advanced copying options, such as the ability to roll up team age groups to a new year after copying over the store. So now we're going to go over to the dashboard and we'll actually show this. So the different clone options that you have we'll start with Spirit stores since those are the most common. But let's say this was a store from last year. Something that we could do would be to clone that store, and the options that we have, of course, would be to name the new store. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll just call it Bobcats 2016. And then the public store URL, that's going to be the last part of the link, so you can either just copy and paste the store name, or if you want to brand it another particular way, that's up to you. But you'll simply clone the store. It creates an exact copy. So it's going to copy over all of the settings as well as all of the products from the original store and create a brand new one. All right, so the store was cloned. So if we scroll down, we'll then see the copied store. And at that point, what we're able to do is go in, we can change the settings, make sure the store date is current, and then you would proceed with the review and launch as normal. Now, the difference with the club stores is that you have this copy to New Year store option. And what this does, whenever you do actually copy the club, it's going to actually roll up the age groups. So if I were to copy this club, all of the age groups that are inside of the club dashboard would be rolled up to the next year. So that can save a lot of time from having to update. But of course, we also support a direct clone option for club stores as well. And that's the last feature.
Thank you all very much. We really appreciate it.